budget of $38,000 for a 9-week trip in Europe as a family of 3 in summer 2024. So I'm going to break down my budget spreadsheet, how much I predicted to spend in each category, what we actually spent for all of our flights. That was estimated to be $9,857. These were the flights that I had pre-booked, and you can see all the different routes we took. For all of our accommodation, you can see everywhere we stayed and the names of the hotels and the price. That was $11,233. This is all pre-booked, but it did change, which I will show you later. For car hire and ferries and buses, that was $3,791 that we pre-booked for the trip. We booked activities, so we had Disneyland booked for 2 days and a cheese tasting experience. That was $1,001. That was all we pre-booked. The rest we were just going to do when we were there. Estimated $12,000 budget for everything else. So $8,000 of that is for food and drinks, $500 on shopping, $1,800 for additional transport, so buses and Ubers and just other things that aren't already pre-booked above, $1,200 on activities, and a miscellaneous $500. Now that I am back, I have calculated every single expense and then converted it into my budget calculator. What I really like about this calculator is if you want, you can input every single expense while you're traveling and it will categorize it for you and track your spending in real time. I just did mine in a notes app, but this would have been really helpful. For all of our flights, we ended up spending $10,196. It was mainly because we needed to increase our luggage. Accommodation ended up being $12,424. That was estimated to be $11,233. So that increased due to conversion fees. So the rates that I expected to pay ended up being higher based on the exchange rate at the time, as well as upgrading one of our hotels to all-inclusive. Car rental and all other transport ended up being $3,791. which was about right. Activities, we spent $2,246. Food and drink, I had a budget of $8,000 and we ended up spending $10,851. Shopping, I had a budget of $500, that ended up being $642. All additional transport ended up being $1,278, and my budget for additional transport was $1,800. That was under. That's cool. Didn't know that. Miscellaneous ended up being $1,146 and my budget was $500. So we were $4,692 over budget. In this spreadsheet is from Coplenty. Travel Saver 10 will get you a little discount.